I'd like to share with you the ultimate power. This is the power of knowledge and awareness. What I mean by that is if you are facing a problem and you are freaking out about it, the more you know about it, and once you know about it, it becomes less frightening. As soon as you're aware of it, it becomes less frightening and less challenging to you. An example of that would be how humans, used to pray for the weather before they understood how it works. Also, diseases used to be called curses from God or from Satan and things like that. Now we get illnesses that used to kill people and drop them dead, but we go to the pharmacy and take our medication and we don't even think about it anymore because we know what it is and we know how to solve it. We are aware of what the problem actually is. A problem that we all face is depression. No one is immune to it, but just like depression, it is a problem that if you are aware why it happens, why is it so difficult, you can actually navigate yourself around it. And not only that, what if depression was predictable and calculable? What if it's something you can destroy by knowing it's about to happen? Depression is a problem that makes us lose motivation in life and just see no meaning in anything that we do, and we just want to sit down and not do anything. I want you to notice the term depression. Now, depression, the word itself, is the opposite of expression. Okay? Even the word express, that prefix X, okay, like in the word exit, it means something that is going outward, something that goes outside, expressive. Exit. In science, we say an exothermic system. An exothermic system. That means it gives off heat. The opposite of that is depression, and that's what happens to you when you are depressed. You go inward as opposed to outward. Depress. You press on the inside. Right there is the first clue of what happens when we are depressed. I noticed this in myself, and I would bet that it is the same for a lot of people, is that without a creative outlet, I suffer existentially. That means one of the reasons I get depressed is when I have ideas and things to share with people, but I can't. For any reason, whether I don't have people around me, I don't know how to get it out, I am afraid to share the ideas. I have expressions, but I'm keeping them inside, I'm depressing them, and that on its own makes me depressed. So when I understand this, I can navigate myself around this type of depression by doing the opposite of it, by expressing. And this is actually where you hear people say things like, I would rather be too busy than have nothing to do. And that's what keeps people motivated. You know, you feel good when you have something to do in your day. You know, you're going out, you're doing this, you have a list of tasks, you have a schedule, you gotta do this and that. Even though the things you are doing might be mundane or boring, you're not depressed because you're constantly expressing. Okay, so that's one way awareness can destroy your depression, and you can also, by understanding it, you can fix it. Now, of course, depression comes in so many types, and clinical depression is something that is completely different. A lot of people seem to be depressed or say that they're depressed, but I think that most people are not clinically depressed. I think they are facing this type of depression or the other type, which is also very common, that I'm about to share with you now. Pay close attention because you have had this happen. Here's the thing. We are in a constant state of growth and development all the time. There is not a moment in a man's life or a woman's life where they become, in that instant, they change from a girl to a woman. It is a constant growth. It's like the concept of time, which exists and it doesn't exist at the same time. It is not a light switch. You are constantly growing. The problem happens is when we try to resist that change that happens to us. We get depressed because we are resisting the nature of change. And when you challenge nature, you are often setting yourself up to lose. It is difficult to win against nature. We lose against hurricanes and earthquakes and volcanoes, and this happened, many times. Look at teenagers, for example. They are a great example of this. They don't want to talk to anyone. They want to lock themselves in a room. They hate everything. They hate everyone. Because their bodies physiologically are going through a tremendous change, but their mind is resisting it. And the reason it's resisting it is because their minds don't think that they are the person they're becoming. The mind is still stuck in the past, in the experience that they've had before that. So my point is that you are constantly changing, okay? And when that physiological change happens and you start to become aware of it, you will start to resist it less and less. You are not going to resist it anymore. And through that, the depression is now understandable, predictable, and easier to manage. This is what we call a transitional period. If you heard people say, I'm going through a transitional period or a transitional phase, all it is you're changing, just like you'll grow, your physiological features will change, and also the structure of your mind will change, your brain will change, and you need not resist that. You need to dance with nature. Be ready, be grounded, at least aware of what's going on to you, what's happening with you, what's happening around you. Let go of who you are so you could become who you want to become. These are two types of depression and how to navigate yourself around them. For my humble experience, I cannot solve all problems with depression in the world, of course. But I hope this is a contribution that helped you and that is going to help your friends and people that listen to. Please share this message. Thank you for supporting my work. Thank you for listening, for joining me. I will see you next time very soon. Stay tuned. I am finished.